Yo, what's up? If you don't know me, I go by 20 Paths on the internet. I've been mixing for 4 years and I also run a school community, Simple Mixes. Check it out, link down below. Today I'm just going to talk about how I think I perfected my headphone EQ. Let's hop into it. If you don't know what headphone EQ is, if you're mixing on headphones, this is literally like the most important thing that you can do for yourself. That way you can get better mixes that translate way better. So put simply, you're just EQing your headphones, right? Now every pair of headphones is different. They sound different, obviously, so depending on your headphone it will depend on your EQ, but there are targets that you want to hit. So the first target is the Harman curve. This is the first one that I did. This one did not quite work for me, so I went to a different target with different adjustments, and that one has really worked way better than the Harman in my opinion. But it's not like it's such a massive change, but it's different enough to where I think that it feels like a huge change. Now what it's for is, like I said, getting your mixes to translate well, but the curve is supposed to be the average of what all people believe to sound good, or what is known to sound good, which was the Harman curve. That one, like I said, didn't quite work for me, but it was still really good, but like it just didn't quite work for me. Now it feels like my headphones sound like speakers, which is very hard to believe, but I genuinely think that they sound like really good speakers, and I don't think that I can improve upon it from where it is now. Maybe in the future, maybe, but from what I'm hearing now, I don't think that I can like make it better. Now if you want to do this for your headphones, go to YouTube, type in mixed phones, and then go to a video. It's about 3 months old, where they made a website specifically for EQing headphones. Now that is what I use, and it is actually extremely useful, because in this website you can put in your own reference tracks that you know to sound good and translate everywhere, and then play that with the EQ applied and not applied, and then tweak the EQ and then apply it and then not apply it. This was actually really helpful for me learning more about EQing headphones and what sounds good to me. Because whenever I was adjusting the Harman curve to a different curve, the Sound Guys curve that's also on there, the mid-range, it just sounds so much better. My issue, I almost forgot, when you're on the website and you're trying to find your headphone, go to brand, then the specific headphone, and then go to the EQ section, and then just hit the auto EQ. Whenever you're doing it, I would try to go to 5 bands. Me personally, I went to 6, just because it really did perfect that mid-range for me whenever I use 5. So, or not 5, 6, I use 6. But I would recommend 5, and then select the Harman curve, or you can do what I did, which is the Sound Guys curve. That one sounds way better, like way better in my opinion. But just start off with the Harman if you're new, and then work with that until it sounds like real speakers. But this is my EQ that I'm using currently, and I mix on the Hyphen and Nanos, which are very good for the low end, which is why I have them, because I like low end. But as it's known, if you watch Mixed Phones channel a lot, these are very monocentric, meaning that the stereo image, it's the way I would describe it is that it's very centered, and then as you're panning stuff, it will like kind of like disappear and then just appear all the way far left or right. That's the best way I could describe it. So the stereo image isn't the best, but they are very monocentric. So anything in that mono channel that you would like rely heavily upon to get correctly, like vocals, drums, stuff like that, it's quite clear if it's good or bad. That's how I would describe it. And what I meant by like disappear is that it would just like sound, to me it just sounded like it would just like skew or like stretch or warp. Like it would just sound like whack, a little whack. Just clarifying earlier on what I meant by like disappear. Now the Harman curve didn't quite work for me because the lows, they sounded very present. Like the low mids, they sounded very present. It didn't sound good. It sounded like there was too much and it needed to be turned down a bit, which is what I did later on figure out that it did indeed need to be turned down. And the highs on the Harman curve, there's like no highs at all. Like, don't get me wrong, it does work, but it didn't work quite good enough for me. And what I really do like about my new EQ is that the mid-range, in my opinion, has been perfected. Like, literally the best way I could describe it is that they sound like speakers. Like, genuinely, to me, they sound like speakers. Whereas before, they didn't. The Harman curve, it just didn't sound quite right. I'm glad that I went ahead and looked back into the video that I watched for it. Shout out to Mixed Phones, because they did make their own like web app to help with all that. Came in clutch. Now the reason why I did like re-EQ my headphones is because they just didn't sound right. So I did go back and rewatch that one video because I did this months ago. I've been just living with this EQ currently. So I went back and rewatched it. Then I saw that Emra said that the sound guys, it sounds better than the Harman in some cases, or to most people. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and test that out for myself, and thank God that I did, because I don't think that I'll ever listen to anything that sounds better. You know, like, it just sounds so good. All the problems that I heard with like the Harman, no problems. It like, this sounds like what it should. The sound guys curve, to be specific. Also, like how whenever I'm EQing the headphones with the sound guys curve, it does not affect the highs really as much, like damn near at all. Like, all it's doing is just affecting the lows, the low mids, and the high mids, or the start of the high mids and the end of the like the straight mids. One thing that kind of like put it in perspective that this was the sound guys curve was the way is that whenever I was affecting Harman and I was just going through each little point on the EQ website that Mixed Phones put out, and whenever I was putting in levels, right, making it sound good to what sounds good to me, specifically with the mid-range and the low mids, it sounded better whenever I adjusted it, and then whenever I applied the sound guys, it would be like the same, like damn near the same of what I just did, you know? So I was just like, oh, that sounds way better, and it's pretty much exactly what I was putting into the headphone, like adjusting, or not the headphone, but like the EQ. So I was like, oh, let me just apply the whole entire thing and then just go through it, do some A/B testing, listen to it, and it worked really good. But yeah, if you haven't EQ'd your headphones and you have like a really good pair of headphones like I do, or even if they're just like okay, definitely EQ your headphones. Like, especially if you're mixing, just EQ them, please. But that's it for today. See ya.